Look familiar? I'm sure it does. It's hummus, one of the major brands out there. Every grocery store has it. Growing up, hummus was a staple in our house. My mom would make it every day. God, I loved it. I would put it on anything, chicken, you name it. Now, I try to make it for my kids. And I gotta tell you, it's so much better than the store-bought stuff. Let me explain why. Shall we read some ingredients? Cooked chickpeas, well, we use that. Water chickpeas, okay, we use that too. Water, again. Tahini, which is ground sesame seeds. Now, not all tahini is the same, and I'll explain that later. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Soybean oil, don't use it. Citric acid, don't use it. Potassium sorbate, don't use it. There's a lot of stuff in these things just to keep them fresh. And if you make yours homemade every day, you won't need to keep it fresh. It'll be gone. I guarantee you, they eat it up. On today's episode, I'll be showing you how my mom used to make her hummus and how I now make it for my kids and my family. As a bonus, I'm gonna make you some sourdough pita bread using some of that sourdough discard that you normally throw away. So if you guys are interested, stay tuned and let's get baking. For the sourdough pita pockets, you're going to need 1 1/4 cups of bread flour, a 1/2 cup of whole wheat flour, a 1/2 cup of sourdough starter discard, a 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 3/4 teaspoon of instant yeast, 1 1/2 tablespoons of olive oil, and a 1/2 cup plus 2 tablespoons of warm water. In a large bowl, stir together the bread flour, the whole wheat flour, and on one side of the bowl, pour your yeast, and on the other side, your kosher salt. Give it a quick mix and then add your sugar. Make a well at the bottom of your dry mix and add your warm water and your oil and then your discard. Mix until the dough sticks together to form a shaggy dough. Knead the dough until smooth and springy for about 3 to 4 minutes. Lightly grease a large bowl and roll your dough around in it and then cover with a dinner plate. Great, now that's gonna proof for about an hour. Let's go ahead and start our hummus. Very simple. Let's get into the ingredients and start blending. For the hummus, you'll need a 15-ounce can of chickpeas, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 cloves of garlic, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of tahini. Alrighty, so we just finished cooking these off for about 10 minutes. They're definitely gotten softer. So let's throw these into the blender. Now I went ahead and drained off the liquid, but I'm reserving that just in case it's a little too dry. I can add a little bit of the liquid just to go ahead and moisten that up. So we'll throw all the beans in there. And we're gonna go ahead and blend this until it's almost like a powder-like substance. Now another thing you'll need is a Cuisinart or a really strong blender because you're going to be running this for about 2, 3, 4 minutes, right? So let's go ahead and start blending this for the next couple of minutes and see what it looks like. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and add our other ingredients straight into the blender. Our salt, lemon juice, the tahini, make sure you get it all in there, and the garlic. Looks amazing. All right, let's give it a taste. It's hummus. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this into a bowl and just put it in the fridge for a little bit while we finish up the pita breads. When the dough has risen, deflate it and turn it onto a lightly floured work surface. Then divide it up into 6 equal pieces. Line a large baking sheet with parchment paper and roll each piece into a 6 mm to 1 cm thick oval or round. Place them onto the baking sheet, then cover with a clean kitchen towel and set back into the warm place for another 30 minutes to rise. So 30 minutes has passed. Let's go ahead and put these into the oven and we're gonna cook them for about 6 to 7 minutes. What we're looking for is a nice puffy pita bread, right? So it doesn't need to be golden brown. It can still be a little bit white, but we wanna make sure that they've puffed up enough. Well, there you have it. Pita bread, fresh out of the oven. They smell great. So what do you say we tear into one of these and try with that hummus we made? Well, there you have it, folks. Homemade hummus with homemade pita bread. Now let's give it a taste. Just dive in there. That's really good. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I will try my best to keep you guys entertained and informed. So until next time, be good, be safe, and keep baking. Take care. That was really good.